right, my name is Sheena, and I am going to be performing a full set of vitals. This is my blank sheet for documentation. All right.
Hi.
Hello, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name's Sheena, and I'm going to be your student nurse today. Is it all right if we take a full set of vitals?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to set my paper down there for documentation. I'm going to perform hand hygiene. All right, can I verify your date of birth and your name, please?
Yes, I'm Nicole Carson, 32878.
Perfect. All right, do you like to be called Nicole?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Nicole. Are you in any pain today?
No,
No
not at all.
pain. Okay, I'm just going to document. No pain. Okay, I'm going to start off with your temperature. We are going to do a temporal.
Okay.
Tempor, I'm going to make sure that the batteries, everything's working correctly. We're going to start with the middle of your forehead, go down your hairline, down your nose, and stop here. Behind the ear, 98.6. Alright, and that is temporal. Other ways that you could take a temperature. Oh, it shuts off on its own. Other ways for temperature is oral, axillary, tympanic, and rectal. Next we are going to move on to our pulse saturation, oxygen saturation, with the pulse oximeter. I apologize. Okay, we're going to put this on your index finger. You can relax. No problem. Wait a second till it registers. Your hand's a little cold.
It might be, I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry. Let's switch fingers and see if that'll work. Perfect. Stand still. Okay, let's switch hands. Maybe that'll be better. Which finger? I'll do the middle. Okay, 95. That's a little low. Let's try this index finger. Make sure everything is reading correctly. I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. Maybe we can get, oops, excuse me, a better reading. Okay, 97, perfect. Take this.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. Sometimes our equipment just likes to be a little difficult for us. Okay. Now we are going to check your pulse. I'm going to start. Oh goodness. I'm going to start with checking your apical pulse. Your apical pulse, we will start with from your clavicle. We're going to work across your left midclavicular line and go down to your PMI, or your point of maximal impulse, working down 5 intercostals. So you're going to meet in the middle. Is it all right if I touch you?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to go down 5 intercostals, spaces across the midclavicular line and down. Most of the time it's right under the breast area. If you can't hear because there's breast issue, you can check up on the midclavicular line to see if you can hear it there as well. But this is the PMI. So we're gonna adjust here. We're gonna count for 1 full minute. I'm going to do 30 seconds and times it by 2 for the sake of video time. Okay, perfect. We got 68, I'm gonna times it by 2, or excuse me, 38 times it by 2, 72 for your apical pulse. I also counted your respirations at that time, so then there was no controlled breathing or anything like that, and I got 18. We're also gonna check your radial pulse, okay? All right, so you can just relax your hand. I'm just gonna check here. Perfect, 36. 7 times 2, 72 you would normally do for 1 full minute. And I'm going to check the correlation between your apical pulse and your radial pulse to ensure there is no pulse deficit. Normally I would have done it at the same time as I did your apical pulse, but I forgot. So I apologize. Is that all right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You would also listen for 1 full minute here. We're going to do 30 seconds. Palpate and oscillate. Okay, perfect. Both rates were good, the same. I'm having difficulties here, I apologize. They were strong, normal, and 2 plus, or +2. Guess how you want to word that. Other locations that you could take a pulse would be the temporal, carotid. You wouldn't want to do these at the same time because you could faint. You can do brachial, apical, femoral, popliteal, dorsalis pedis, or you can do the postibular tibialis. And the exterior are mostly for circulation purposes, making sure that everything is working properly. If you can't feel a pulse down in your feet, you can always use a Doppler, which is almost like a ultrasound, and it lets you hear the tones of the pulse.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, yeah. We're going to do blood pressure. So I am only going to do a regular blood pressure. If you were having issues with hypertension or hypotension, excuse me, we would do orthostatic blood pressures, which is laying, a blood pressure laying, and then you would sit up and we take your blood pressure again. And then we would also take a blood pressure when you're standing. And then there would be 1 to 2 minute intervals between all 3. And we would see if you had any issues becoming dizzy when you do go from that laying to sitting or sitting to standing type of, what's the word,
Movement.
Yeah, movement or position is the word. Yes, I apologize. Okay, is it okay if I take your blood pressure on this arm?
Yeah, any arm is fine.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to pull up your sleeve here. I am going to palpate your brachial artery. Perfect. I'm going to match up the size cuff as well as the point where your brachial artery matches the index on the blood pressure cuff. I'm going to go snug here, not too snug. You want to be able to fit two fingers underneath there. Perfect. We are sitting, feet are flat. Blood pressure is in line, blood pressure cuff is in line with your heart. So that's good. I'm going to clip this here so I can read it better. Is that all right?
Oh, yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay, perfect. I did forget to say that I sterilized all this equipment before we started. So I just want you to know that I did that. Again, I am going to set my diaphragm of my stethoscope on the brachial artery that I had palpated earlier. I did check your chart to see what your systolic pressure normally is, so I know to go up at least 30 millimeters, 20 to 30 millimeters above your normal rate. So we are going to start. A little bit of a squeeze.
Thank you.
Nice, strong, very clear. I got 122/84. Very good blood pressure.
That gets tight.
Pardon?
That gets tight.
Yes, I apologize. Okay. 122/84. Perfect. I think. I got your height and weight this morning. So that is good. I will add all of that to your chart. All of your information is, or vital, excuse me, was great. Height and weight, medium. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to perform hand hygiene. I'm going to grab all my instruments here and sanitize. And I hope you have a great day. If you need anything, ring your bell, and I will be right over.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.